we're going to go over everything we need to know. Postgame show. 5, 4, 3, 2. What a game, huh? Post-game show and analysis brought to you by Law Nation Sports. And 1. All right.
Obviously getting another high-scoring shootout. Offense just stayed focused. We're able to have each other's back. I mean, obviously defense didn't let them score there and, kept it to a tie, but a lot to build.
Cowboys need to shore up their defense.
We can't ignore it. The big storyline was Micah coming back.
1 second was crazy.
Seeing him on the other side.
It was fun. As I told y'all, it was a great competition, friendly competition. No words were even spoken. I don't think he got me. I don't think he sacked me. Got me one from behind right there in overtime as I got past the line.
They said that was a sack.
No way.
They recorded that a sack.
That's all right. That's all right. There he is right there. That's all right.
Yeah.
Here he can have it. He can have it.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kind of fits the story of the night, if you're wondering.
Yeah, that's Dak Prescott on his thoughts of the game. To this point, I'm not mad, I'm not angry, but I'm sitting here saying we're not in a race by ourselves. We're in the race of the NFC East, and we are third place now because of that tied opportunity, because of the simple fact. The Cowboys coming out of September, 1, 2, and 1, I guess is how you would say it. It is for what it is, but let's see.
And it very easily could have been a 10-second runoff there. If they had called the penalty when they're moving around, right, that clock then would have been the 10-second runoff and into the game. They got very lucky. A, they pulled that off in 5 seconds, and B, they didn't get a penalty out of it.
And where the throw was. If that throw is to the corner of the end zone, or if it's more of an arched throw,
no doubt,
the clock stops when the ball hits something. In that case, Sanborn, the linebacker, it would have stopped at 0. They wouldn't have gotten that last snap off.
And it would not have been the right way for this game to end.
It would have been the right way for this game to end. What are you talking about? Chris Collinsworth, man. That guy, to catch a predator face, man. I'm telling you, man. Oh, my gosh, man. There's the guy. Hey, man.
When it's time to put in the work. So they help you tackle.
And let's go over the stat lines for your mind. Appreciate everybody, man, for rocking with us during the play-by-play and all of what they got going. I think that our defense, if the Cowboys want to do anything, that they should do this right here, Cowboy Nation. Figure out a way to find a coverage linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Hey, middle field, man, we gave up too many chunks of plays, man. Defense, literally, put us in a strange spot, and it is a crazy spot the defense put us in. And we are in this situation, whereas, all right, Dak Prescott was 31 for 40, 319 yards. Passer rating right at 124, which was cool. Javonte Williams, 20 carries for 85. You win that game if at the end you run that ball up in there. I think that we would have been able to get those yardages. I get it. We got a little away from the game, from our identity. Oh, a Fred Warner type would be nice over here. Yes. George Pickens, 8 catches for 134 yards out of 11 targets. As much as I griped and I talked bad about Jalen Tolbert, right? 4 catches for 61 yards. Ferg is the other guy. But I'm still sticking to my order of operation. Dak should go Pickens, Ferg, to a degree, depending on where they are at on the field, Kevontae Turpin, Flournoy, and then Jalen Tolbert. I'm still not giving Jalen Tolbert a chunk of those particular opportunities there. The Cowboys in this tied game, where did that put us at far as standards and these sorts of things? Let's see, because that put us 1-2-1. So that put us in 3rd spot in this division. We got to figure out a way to get us a WIN so that we can get up and be on the Washington tail. Because at the end of the day, we can't win from being in 3rd place. We can be happy for the tie for right now. It's not a lose or a win for us. But we got to understand that this is a situation that we need a victory ASAP to catch up, to keep up. I don't know how the conversation need to be going, but when you look back at this, you can learn more from your failures than your success. But what about from your ties? Do you chalk this up as a loss, or do you kind of look at this like, hey, the offense at least showed some resiliency? Question. Here's the question. This is from Murphy Anderson, the third. Question answered. Sanborn out there because mirrors don't think. We win the game in regulations without that money play. Shaking my head. Without that money play. I don't know where we getting at. 1 second shaking my head, Lord, that's basically what makes us win. One win only. Yeah. We only got 1 win. So we scraped off 1 win in the month of September. We'll see what October look like, right? Hopefully we can close the gap up in October. That should be the situation. Sanborn is too slow. He's very too slow. I think that you need to get your rookies or your youth out there on the field. I think Kenneth Murray, to a degree, he offer you good as it relates to fitting holes and tackling, but he offer you very bad in coverage, if you want to be real with this. Sanborn, very bad in coverage.
You know, the initial part of this game was really the offense was just, I think they were just terrified of what Green Bay was going to do to them as a pass rush. And, you know, they, like I say, they figured some things out. Things worked out for them. They were able to move the ball. Unfortunately, on that final drive that they had, they didn't punch the thing in. I think Dallas played better defense the first half of this football game, and I know it was a 13-2 game at one time. Mm-hmm. But you look at the possessions of from start on the second half. Touchdown, field goal. That was the Packers' possessions in the second half. You know, and they just did not. I mean, in the first half, we saw some better pass rush. There was some pressure. We saw some turnover. You know, with the strip sack, the ball, you know, was right there. And I just felt like, though, that when they needed to make a stop, they could not get a stop on third down. No, they just could. I mean, it just didn't matter. It could be 3rd and 12, and they were going to get 16 yards, 18. It just didn't matter.
Yeah.
And, you know, hey, listen, Green Bay has got a good offense. It's kind of like Philadelphia to me. This is a compromised offensive line tonight. And, you know, there were some pressures and things like that, but they just couldn't finish. They just could not. And then the offense couldn't finish. And that's what's really kind of disappointing right now. If you found a way to score a touchdown, yeah, there's no guarantee. I mean, hell, you would have loved it if Pickens catches that ball and just kind of goes out of bounds, and then you're thinking, well, wait a minute now. They got down there and couldn't score. You know,
Right.
I mean, so you're thinking like, oh, they could have bled the clock a little more and then scored, walk
No,
this
but you
thing
don't
off.
know. You really
don't know
know
because they get the ball in overtime and they get down there in the range, and then next thing you know, they don't get it in. So, this team is really, really, really strange that way. But I felt like the Dallas first half defense was better than where they played in the second half for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think really the story for that is 10 of 14 on third down, and on fourth down, the Packers went for it as well.
4th and 6, and they
Converted.
got it for 14
and
yards.
it was situations where you're checking the ball down into the flat, and
Nobody's there.
Brian.
Yeah.
And they're taking a dump off that should be rally, tackle, get the ball carrier down. Maybe you pick up 3. They're getting chunk 15, 20-yard plays down the field.
Yeah.
In the missed tackles, and we're going to get a lot of texts. I've already seen them. 877-881-1053.
There we said, G, Cowboy, you look at the moral victory,
I'll probably get roasted for this. I'm going to defend Matt Eberflus. How many missed tackles did Matt Eberflus have today? Right?
Yeah.
How many bonehead penalties like Sam Williams and Maris Leofow? Was that Matt Eberflus out there? You can't get off the field on third down because you're getting you're grabbing the face mask of Jordan Love and you're hitting a guy late after you had an incompletion. Like, I understand.
That was 15 yards right there. Yeah.
I understand. The defense has been terrible. Right now, I think it's more a personnel issue than it is.
We don't, even though that defense was terrible, I'm still angry at the aspect that we went back to finesse when we got inside their red zone. You still got to showcase what is your identity. Are we a physical team or are we a finesse team? When we got inside that red zone, I wanted us to double chin strap this thing up, run that ball. We had no need to tie this game up. We had every chance to really win the game if you run that ball. And I don't want us to gloss over that. I think that can down the stretch hurt and hunt you. You got to adapt the mindset that when you get inside and your running back is averaging 4.3 yards per tote, Shotty got to get into his mind. I know we want to get cute here. I want us to win boringly. I want us to get behind those pad levels and run that football. We didn't need to see the opposing team back with the football. You pound that thing in there. You win this game. You talking about, hey, now there's a shift in culture from the mindset of the identity of this offense. You reward this game by running. We did the same thing last week. The only time that I saw that from the offensive aspect that we really wanted to win by physicality was week 1 when we ran the ball when we got inside the end zone. We got to run this ball. And, yeah, Eric Kendricks would be nice right now. Yeah, somebody said Eric Kendricks. Yeah, the defense is trash. I get that. But you got to run the ball. You got to run. You supposed to look at this. I want the Cowboys to start thinking like this. We're going to score at all costs because I can't trust that defense. They played it like, okay, we're going to score this field goal and we're going to trust the defense. No.
Kelly Remora, $5.
But, I mean, the linebacking play has just been terrible. Now, hey, Sanborn, that's a Flus guy. So I think that's totally fair. If you want to, hey, that's on Flus. He's bringing in his guy. He needs to be better. It was not a good day for the linebackers. And Marist is a guy that's going to overrun some stuff, but I still stand by it. I think he's the best blitzer they have. They did it once. He got some pressure, and you saw the physical play on special teams. But the penalty was a killer that he had in this one. Yeah. Really, really big time problem. 40-40, Cowboys tie the Green Bay Packers. As we are hanging out here in the Miller Lite Field Club, brought to you by Pepsi, made for Cowboys watching. If you want to use what the pros use, get Jack Black. It is the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys. Visit Get Jack.
No doubt. This is how I feel about the tie. It literally, even though we can look back and say, okay, how can we build upon some of the things that we seen that work? Well, the thing that worked was the George Pickens thing, right? The other deal that we got a chance to see is the new wrinkles that they try to throw out there on defense, at least to slow down some of the bleeding, by playing Mears Live-Foul a little bit more. Also, with that being said, by at least seeing Shamar James out there a little bit more. It's an empty feeling, yeah. It's just an empty feeling. F. Eberflus, the man is cancer. Linebackers are terrible. DBs were terrible. But the penalty killed the boys. Offense is 10-10, though. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the offense probably will be ranked top 5 or top 4. Defense, law, defense. Yeah. All I can say is, if you know your defense is terrible, then you call better plays to complement your defense. That's what I'm getting at, far as being frustrated on the last time we had that ball inside our own 20. You got to figure it out at that point and at this time. Yeah. Let's see what else they do.
Looking forward to the visit in the AFC East.
I mean, that did not look great for New England until Marcus Jones, the punt return.
Yeah, they're talking about New England over there. Yeah, so we're going to try to get everything going as far as the post-game stuff. Appreciate everybody for rocking and rolling with us on this particular show. Let's see what else they have to say, and then we'll be bouncing back and forth between those two interactions there at Cowboy Nation. Fire Eberflus, not who you gonna put in there? Who you gonna put in there now?
Get Spectrum gig speed internet with a 2-year.
If you fire Eberflus now, who you gonna start? You know, as far as your coach. We only 4 games in, so. And then here's the other part of it. Let's say at the end of the year you move on from Eberflus. Now you got a whole entire new defense that you got to learn for the next year. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Mike Zimmer with his Swedes, man. Y'all saw who he with. Y'all saw who Mike Zimmer with. Mike Zimmer, man, shoot, he retired for a reason at this point. So normally, and this is just my thoughts, normally it takes 2 to 3 years before you see defenses come to full life. Normally it takes that long. And the problem is that we may have a sense of urgency. The Joneses got a sense of patience. They gonna go for a long time of covering their guys. Yeah. And that's just how it goes, unfortunately. Mike Zimmer 2.0. Yeah, the defense wasn't looking that great last year as well until the stretch on the end of it. So we were in a very crazy situation right here. With that being said, I got MJ from the 206. You live. Talk to me.
What up, Law?
Not much, bro.
That was a loss, man.
Yeah.
It was pitiful. We just can't do it. Just defense. And you know what I'm saying? And Brandon and all you fools and Breezy, man, I don't want you to talk about the quarterback no more. This quarterback can't never have a good, I want to curse, can't never have a good defense. You know what I'm saying? Other teams win 13-10, 10-9. But y'all, don't talk about Dak Prescott no more. All you dumbass people. I'm sick of y'all. No more. I don't want to hear you no more. The man ain't got no help. We ain't going to never win. The defense can't win for us. The defense can't do nothing. Hey.
I know,
when
bro.
We go on the road, the defense going to give up 40, 30, 40 minutes. That's so much pressure on the offense, bro. Man, Law.
It's hard to put your sentence together on this situation here. Yeah.
It's so frustrating. Look, they score down there, 48 seconds left, and they go right back down the field.
Unbelievable, man. But
and did, you know what I'm saying? I thought we was gonna win when Pickens got that touchdown. I said we got him. Then I started thinking, oh no, our defense do goofy stuff, do a penalty. The players are over. Man, it's so undisciplined, man.
Undisciplined,
that defense
man.
Is horrible.
But in closing, what else you got for me, man? In closing,
man, Elam, Elam can't play, man. He can't. He's better playing bump and run, man, with the safety on the top. You know what I'm saying? On that 4th and 6 law, I would have played bump and run. That rush was getting there quick. He would have threw that ball away, and you probably could have won the game. But he played scared, and that's how they get us.
No
That's
doubt,
all I
man.
gotta say, man.
Appreciate you for calling in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's my guy, MJ, calling and voicing his frustrations on the defense. We will be tuning in to, let's see, they should be back from commercial break. We're searching for solutions over here, basically. Hold on, give me 1 second here. Appreciate everybody. Overshawn is much needed. Yeah, we need help. The Cowboys need to have a sense of urgency, though. They need to have a sense of urgency.
The official sleep and wellness partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And by...
They're still on commercial break. All right, let's see what we got here.
All right, let's get to the field. Micah Parsons facing his old team. Opening drive.
Not that one. I don't want to listen to that. Appreciate everybody, man, for rocking with me. Appreciate y'all. All right, let's go right here.
Touchdown! Boy, was he good. 8 for 134 and 2 touchdowns, including that one for George Pickens with 43 seconds left on the clock, putting the Cowboys up 37-34. Packers were able to tie it, and the game ending in a tie, 40-all, as the Cowboys tie for the first time since Thanksgiving of 1969. Shout out to Bob Thomas for finding that information. Zach Wolchuk alongside the Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus as we're hanging out here in the Miller Lite Field Club. Brought to you by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. We'll hear from Shoddy. We'll hear from Dak. We'll get your player of the game, Brad Sham, and more. But let's get to the phones. I know you guys are waiting to sound off on this one, and we will start off in Round Rock on line 1. Let's get to our guy, Big Jim. Big Jim, what's going on, bro?
Well, my old chick brother's just good to talk to. Man, I tell you what, it's like kissing your sister when you tie one. Let's say this.
Yeah, boy,
I don't understand. Y'all made great points in your opening there. Understand is, why in the hell are you not blitzing on 4th and 6? You know, your previous play on 3rd down, you blitz and Love just had to throw the ball up there. There wasn't nothing. They weren't getting. There was no pressure. And as you said, Brian, he
from it. I mean, to come in and play that team. That's a damn good football team we just played, and our guys just battled for 70 minutes and the ebbs and flows. And so I told him how proud I was of him. It's a tie. And I really don't know what to say about that. But, I'll remember it for a while.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. Is this kind of unfulfilling because, if you would have lost, you would have been tied for last in the division. And, when you think about, you say championship weeks, you need wins. And this is a little unfulfilling for you right now?
Look, we got to learn how to win. This is year one of our program. But when you have the fight, Calvin, that these guys do, when they're willing to battle and just fight for 70 minutes plus, two weeks really in a row at home, we're building something special here. And no one in that locker room is happy. No one in that locker room is fulfilled. We didn't win. And there's definitely things to clean up, but I would be remiss if I said I'd be remiss if I didn't say how proud I was of them in their fight. And I wanted that for them. But, man, NFL football is hard.
The last thought from Love, what's the teaching point for Sanborn? You got to look where the ball is, or because it hits him, I think, on the backside.
Yeah, he's the carry player trying to run down the middle of the field. It's tough. They're trying to get speed on there. And, man, I wish he would have bounced around for another half a second or so. But it's hard because you have to match speed with a guy that's faster than you. And it's hard to play defense with your back turned. But, again, I think, this is going to be a lot of really good things for us to take, and there's going to be a ton of corrections on both sides in special teams. I think the discipline and the penalties bounce back. We have to be better with that. That starts with me as the head coach. goes on next to the coaches and the players, and you just can't shoot yourself in the foot. But I say it every week, man, the process stays the same. And it's almost midnight right now, right? So I've only got a few more minutes before I have to move on to the Jets.
That is Brian Schottenheimer, head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, explaining that 40-40 tie with the Packers tonight. And look, they didn't lose. They weren't supposed to win the game. Vegas said they were 7-point dog, and the Cowboys showed up. 37 combined points in the fourth quarter and overtime in this game. The Cowboys, and what he was trying to explain right there, Jack Sanborn, the linebacker, the ball hit him in the back and then would allow 1 second left in the game, which allowed Green Bay to walk out on the field and hit a field goal to tie the game at 40. And it's overtime. In overtime, they're only getting 10 minutes, and after that, it just ends in a tie. But it's not a loss. The Cowboys now 1-2-1 on the season. Next week, they head off to Carolina. I'm Newey Scruggs for NBC 5.
881-1053.
Right, Newey,
the number to call, the number to text. Let's go out to
Also,
Mesquite. Harrison has been waiting. Harrison, what's going on?
Hey, guys, more disappointment. I'm with Big Jim. I didn't understand why we didn't blitz either on 4th and 6. And really, I think we should have been more aggressive by going for it instead of that field goal in overtime.
Oh, wow.
I think we should have pushed the issue. Dak was hot. Why not put the onus on the offense and let him shine? I didn't like the first half, the first drive, the 3 straight runs. I don't understand that. And I think we got to target Pickens more, like you guys said, at the beginning of the game. Get him a feel of the game, get him easy plays, get him going. I've been preaching about the linebackers. They lost. Murray didn't have a good game, Brian. When you look at it, Sanborn didn't. Leofeld, who I've been preaching for, he let me down with these stupid penalties tonight. He had the missed tackle that gave him a first down. He tried to arm tackle on the sideline against Jacobs. He ran right through it. Then he got the bonehead penalty. Made no sense. But I think him and James just need more playing time. Eberflus, I'm just out, man. It's the same thing every week. It's coaching involved, too. Yeah, you got to have some talent, but you got to be coached, too. And I'm not seeing them getting coached. You got the linebackers miserable, and you're still getting poor secondary play. It's just got to change, man. They fought too hard tonight for me to be a fan to not come out with a W. It was in their hands. We could have won the game, and I'll hang up and listen.
That's a good call from this move right there.
And in overtime to go for that touchdown, down there, that would have been a gutsy. But you know what? The condition of his defense kind of makes some sense, doesn't it?
You just didn't have
at this point, man, you run the ball in there. You don't go finesse. Here's what I want to say. We can't have it both ways. Law, what do you mean? On one end, we get mad at Murray and we get mad at Sanborn. On the other end, you get mad at Mears Leofeld, who's don't have a lot of reps. So you're going to see he didn't have a lot of reps last year. These are not excuses. But these are things that you're going to have to go through growing pains. He can sit on that sideline all he wants. But if he's not out there on the field, in the field of action, controlling his temperaments, controlling himself out there on the field, he's not going to play that spotless game that people are looking for. Either if they are close, if Sanborn and Mears Leofeld are close as it relates for whatever they do out there on the field, play the youth. And the same could be said by Shamar James. Now, I'm with this point. We got $40 million, close to $40 million. So you mean to tell me you can't find you another linebacker? You can't bring in somebody to linebacker to try out? You can't pick up the phone and start calling other teams with good linebackers that's probably losing this year and say, hey, are you willing to Are you willing to move on from your particular guy? Because we still have a chance and opportunity right now. We are not going to catch up with the Eagles nor the Washington team if we don't fool around and bring more weapons on this defense. At some point, we got to do that. If not, I'm not satisfied. If we continue to move this way, and even if we won this game, I'm telling you, the football guys stepped up and said, you know what, I ain't going to let the Cowboys win. They went against the bylaws of what they should have done when they got inside. They tried to get finesse. Cowboys don't be finesse. But going back to this point, allowing 37 points is not winning caliber pedigree. The Cowboys need to figure out a way to go get some playmakers. We can't be sitting here saying, oh, shucks, when Overshawn get back. No, I'm trying to win now.
Of ground chuck, 15.
Yeah. On the phone with Cleveland, on the phone with whoever. Look, we look at these standings right quick. Bear with me while they're still on commercial. Matter of fact, let me just pull up these things right quick. Hold on. Forget the standings right quick. All right, so here's how we match up with everything. Total yards of offense. Buffalo Bills, 404. The Indianapolis Colts, they lost today off some boneheaded stuff, but they looking really good. They could have been 4-0 themselves, but they are up there. We are in third place as it relates to total offense. So by the time everything updates on Tuesday, you probably see the Cowboys with the number 3 offense in the National Football League. Passing-wise, we number 2. That's good. That's cool. I think we probably top 10 in rushing, especially how, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we top 10 in rushing. We top 10 in rushing. Far as our defense, sacks and turnovers, let's look at that. Let's look at that. Complete leaders. We got the 31st ranked defense. Now, I got some solution talk right quick.
The militia $50. That catch by Tolbert was so damn good. Sad it got wasted.
Yeah, Millie. Appreciate you. Thank you, Militia. I hope I said your name right, but I really thank you so much for that support, that $50 coming in, dropping them coins off of me. We got the 31st ranked defense. Baltimore got the 32nd ranked defense. Here's what I got right here. Don't put that butter knife down. Baltimore going to need a quarterback. I don't know how long Lamar Jackson is out. We need a spoonful of players. They can trade us rush back, right? I'm just playing with y'all. No, I'm just playing. But here's what we can do. We need a linebacker. We need Hamilton, that they ain't going to move off from him. We need a cornerback. They got some holes on their defense, too. I'm going to go through to Baltimore, and there's some pieces that we can mix and match over there. Hey, I'm talking about some good stuff, man. Mix and match over there with the Baltimore, Maybe, because I don't think they're going to be losing for a long time. But, man, we got to mix and match some pieces, man. Yes, indeed. Boy, we need to get right game real quick, though. We do. Boy, I'm going to look through. Before I say something crazy, I'm going to look through the Baltimore's defense and see where we can mix and match. That's what I'm looking for, Yeah.
And visit Kohler.com.
They still on commercial break. All right, let me get the next caller on. I got Aaron from the 562. You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me.
Man, Law, I'm going to speak only good things.
Okay, good.
As a Raku, I like what I see. He's getting better.
Right.
I saw a little bit more fighting Diggs this game. I said, okay.
Yeah.
Live foul, got to rein it in.
Right.
Too many penalties cost us. Like, we could have won the game with less penalties.
With less penalties, man. You ain't lying with that, bro.
So, Tyre Elam, I don't know if he's seeing ghosts or he's nervous about something, but maybe he need to be on the pitch count.
Right.
And What's that one? Murray. Murray did. He surprised me a little bit more. He stepped up this game.
Are you talking about Kenneth Murray, Sanborn?
Yeah, Kenneth Murray. Yeah.
What do you like about Kenneth Murray?
He was like, he's a downhill linebacker.
Yeah,
I wish he was more of a coverage, but he's coming down hitting hard, and I like that.
Okay, yeah, he does.
And Wanye, I like what Wanye is doing. I would like to see more. Shoot, I don't know why we just drop Wilson down as a linebacker and have Wanye and Hooker back there. That would be dope.
Yeah. I think that what we saw, fam, from the defense. The back end with the safeties, they kind of like studied the race a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that to a degree, Wilson still kind of let us down because he could have. He's just close no cigar guy. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Right. Hey, I got one question, Law.
Talk to me.
You see, Eberflus is running his zone.
Right.
Is Overshown a zone linebacker or is he a man linebacker?
Overshown, oh my God! He was recruited. He was recruited to, I believe, to play safety in Texas, and they switched him to linebacker.
Right.
So, and he do have the ability to he got some edge rush moves to him. So, out of all what we've seen from like our guys, linebacker play wise, I think Overshown is like heads and shoulders above all of them because he can't cover and he can't come down and hit. He just got a smaller frame, but I think that Overshown will help alleviate things. I'm not gonna call him a zone linebacker, but he's a linebacker that can't cover though. Yeah, I seen him carry down the field. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's it, Law. Appreciate you having me on. Go Cowboys.
No
Shout
doubt.
out to Law Nation.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah. There's tape of him covering.
The field goal.
No, hell no. Not just no, but hell no.
That's a hell no.
Not
That's
just
a 14%
no, but hell no.
difference, Coach.
Hey.
Come on. What are we doing?
What we're doing is trying to win the game, and I don't like my defensive team's chances of keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, I would have.
You'd have gone for it.
Yeah.
Well, that as the late great Johnny Oates.
Yeah.
When he was managing the Rangers and I was working with Eric Nadel on Ranger games, he used to say to me almost every day, when I would, in a baseball context, say something similar, and he would look at me and he'd say, well, that's why I'm down here and you're up there.
Yeah.
What are you making of this defense right now, Brad?
Well, it's not good.
No, not at all. And I tried to give Flus some covering fire and said, I mean, how many tackles did Eberflus miss out there today?
Well, here's the thing.
I can't do that.
You can devise whatever scheme you want, but your players are your players.
Yeah.
And the players, his players aren't good enough right now.
Sure.
But there were signs of improvement. Finally, we saw something resembling a pass rush. So give me more of Houston. Ezeraku is improving by leaps and bounds from week to week. You're gonna. That's what you've got.
Yeah.
And then your secondary, I don't know. Diggs played about as well as he's physically capable of playing right now, and Bland the same thing.
Yeah.
And they both got beat, and Elam got beat. And what you've got to do is just the best you can until Rebel is healthy and Butler is healthy and Overshown is healthy.
We're used to this.
Yeah.
We the only team that do that.
The voice of God talking here.
Thanks. But right now, that's who he's got.
Yeah.
And so you design what you think will work for the players that you have. And he blitzed. He played some man. They walked onto the field, the second best team.
Yeah.
And they played a team that is largely regarded as one of the top contenders to win the NFC. They played them toe to toe.
Yeah.
Both offensively and defensively. Now, they could have won the game. You've got to eliminate the penalties.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Barry Church out in the tunnel. Leofau, Houston, Ezeraku gave them a juice that they had not had.
We've been saying
they
that
gave
for
them
weeks.
something that they need more of. So you got to see more of those guys. Leofau can't commit those penalties.
Yeah.
Ezeraku's got to learn you can't stand over the guy or whatever silly nonsense they called him for. I thought it was a bad call.
A bad call.
Tolbert, you got to watch that crew.
But you have to be aware. I mean, Sanborn played by far his best game. I'm just talking about defense now.
Keep going.
I thought Odigizua played a tremendous game. So, little by little, you get a little
What
bit better.
they be saying, man, when they say Sanborn played
Play
good?
like that
What do they
against
be
Green
saying?
Bay and Philadelphia. Now, what I need is for you to play the Jets not like you played the Bears.
Right.
That'll be the test. Because they now have, in theory, on paper, 2 winnable road games. And if they win those games, they come back 3-3. And that's, for what they're playing with, that's not awful.
I kind of felt like defensively they played better in the first half.
Well, they certainly played better run defense. So, because they completely
I felt
bottled.
like there was a little bit more pressure, too.
That's funny.
It
I'd have
just
to
seemed
look.
like every time I was listening to you the whole game, and every third down you were saying, "Oh, another catch."
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
another
10 of 14 on third down.
another,
yeah. No,
I felt like in the first half they got him to punt.
Yeah, once or twice. I felt like.
Hey, y'all leave Sanborn alone, man. He said he was everywhere, but he got there.
They figured something out, and they got Jacobs going.
Yes, they did.
They got Jacobs going, and Wilson also. Wilson had, when Jacobs got hurt, Wilson had more carries in this game than he'd had.
I wonder if they got wore down.
Well, that's possible.
Yeah.
That's certainly possible. On the other hand, when it's 13-0, and they're lining up for the extra point.
Oh, geez, we're thinking this thing is the playoff game of 2 years ago.
Or worse. This is what we're thinking is, this is exactly what we feared.
Yep.
And I want to say that the blocked extra point was the spark, but I don't think it was.
I think it was the collision by Leofau.
That might have done it.
I think that guy woke everybody up.
That brought some life.
That might have done it.
Yep.
Hey, excuse me. We see the people with the microphones. We're the ones talking. So thank you for being here. We appreciate it. But we kind of need to do the talking. Okay.
Anything else before we let you out of here, Brad?
Oh, I just think that there's so many
ready to fight.
guys. Did you see the game Tolbert played? Did you see how he blocked?
That catch was incredible.
The catch was incredible.
Unbelievable.
But you wait until you watch the tape and watch how Tolbert blocked all night. Wait until you see how Tyler Smith played. Tyler Smith, he had a couple of penalties.
I was looking at that.
Tyler Smith blocked out of his mind.
Yeah.
Did you see how Nate Thomas stood Parsons up by himself?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that happened. Turpin,
some big third downs. Flanoy got into the mix.
And can we credit the guy designing and calling the plays?
Absolutely.
Sure. I mean, that was, I think it was a more imaginative, creative use of his own resources than anything we saw in the last 5 years.
I think he was scared in the first quarter, though.
Well, he should have been.
I think he was scared of that. I think he was scared of that pass rush.
I don't know about scared. Cautious. You got to be wary.
I used a bad word there. Cautious.
All right, so I understand what you're saying. I think BB 13 or 12 is in the chat. Sanborn had 11 total tackles, 6 solos, 1 pass deflect, which was the game decision. BB 13, my bad. Yeah, BB 13. That's the problem. I want us to look at the depths of those tackles. The depths of those tackles and the coverage that's allowed. So if a quarterback pat the ball and I'm targeting where Sanborn is at, yes, he's going to get the tackle. But 57 should have had 2 takeaways He should have had a forced fumble, and he should have been an impact on this game of depths of tackle. But I get it. We can look at this. We can look at this sheet right here. If you just box watching, and you put down, hey, who led the team in tackles? Sanborn, right? Now to this point. Yeah. Numbers can't lie, LT. Yeah. To this point. I'm trying to keep, because I don't know whether to be mad or happy or angry or sad. It's a tie. But I'm going to say this with Sanborn. The Eagles, I got to use them as an example. Now, they don't have a Sanborn, but they have a Barn, or however you say that guy's name. And if you are to put side by side impact in this game or in the game of sport, on one end, their tackling machine, he's everywhere. You know, I think he wears number 53. But this particular guy, 57, he's everywhere too. But he's everywhere by default. One is everywhere by a plus, and the other one is everywhere by default. One is like trying to separate East from the West from each other, is what I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen. And Sanborn, I get it. We can talk about the 11 tackles. We can talk about the 6 solos. But every one of those tackles seems as if, though, this guy was a slug with salt on his back. If the Cowboys are real about winning, they'll be on the phone trying to find them a person that can fill in that spot outside of Jack Sanborn, or however you say that man's name. Yeah. So it's what it is. That brother got concrete blocks for feet. Somebody got to tell. See, if we were to win, they would have been praising Sanborn about, hey, he had 11 tackles, man. He had the 6 solos. Maybe he's signing for a 3 or 4 year deal. No. No way. And I'm not trying to beat them up, but we are. At this point, the Cowboys need to move on from 57 if they are serious about winning this season. If they roll 57 out there for 3 to 4 more games, I know that the Cowboys are not serious about winning. I get it, you know. Good Lord. Oh, my goodness. All right, so with that being said, let me see what else they got. Let's see what else they got to say.
Oil, the official oil of the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, got the next caller on the line, DMV from the 240. You're live. Talk to me.
What's going on, love? What's going on?
Not much, man. Not much.
Hey, I just got about 3 or 4 quick points, and I'm going to go ahead and listen to the rest of the show. My main point is I feel like there's a lot of coaching malpractice going on. I have no complaints from the offense from, like, the last drive. But it's no reason why Miles Sanders goes out and Jadon Blue, like, you're so ignorant to not have Jadon Blue on the active roster. Now we have to sit with with Javonte Williams by himself for that whole, like, overtime. I feel like that kind of went into the decision not to pound the ball in the red zone right there, because Javonte did look a little tired.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's malpractice. Like, you can't run out 2 running backs, and one of them is 30 years old. But besides that, I feel like we have a linebacker on this roster that a lot of us are forgetting about, that carried us and did a really solid job in 2023. And that's Marquise Bell. That gets no burn. He gets no playing time at all. And I know people might not be able to like that. Like, people might not want to hear that name, but he did his job in 2023, and he got us pretty far. He was farthest from the weakest point, our weak spot in that 2023 defense. And I just feel like my last point is I don't like us forcing Diggs and Bland to play cover 2 all day, when cover 2 requires corners that can come down and fill lanes and fill tackles and run fit. And that's neither their game. They're bum and run corners. And I feel like, we're being ignorant and just forcing them to do something that they're not supposed to be doing. And we've seen what happened when we put the right guys in, like Wanye, and Wanye ball tonight. But I feel like we got to stop. We're forcing things. And I feel like that's just our coaching malpractice from that game, and you can see it very clearly. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and listen to the show.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, man. That's DMV George. Yeah, you got to have DBs to come down, hit, fit, and have run fits that can absolutely work. To that degree, I thought for sure that Diggs had made a very spectacular play down the stretch. The ball moved a little bit. I wish he would just continue to hit at that ball, but it was necessary to get him down at that point. He had an interception that was wiped away due to illegal man down the field, a hold that negated that particular play. But outside of that, I still don't like Diggs to this degree because you can still tell that he is a little gimpy, a little slower than what he normally looked like, and he's not ready, and they're rushing him. And I don't like the fact of what Brad Sham said. Everybody call him Schottenheimer. Brad Sham said that maybe, just maybe, when we get Revel back. I don't like that type of hope. Maybe, just maybe, when we get Overshown back. I don't like that type of hope talk. We need to get stuff done now. I'm trying to win now. Waiting for these guys to get back for what? You don't know what they're going to look like. They're going to go up against eligible, able bodies that's been in training camp, that's been in preseason, that's already in midseason form, and we are putting the banana in the tailpipe of thinking that these guys are going to come back off of injury and play subpar or better than what these guys has been playing already. Now, to that degree, to a small degree, Bland the same way. We expecting so much for guys to come off of injuries. It's just crazy. What, we the injury boys? And it sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm not. I'm just, somebody got to tell the Cowboys front office the truth, because they're going to spend any ounce of positivity and say, hey, Sanborn led the team in tackles. He's good. They're not climbing through, and they're not combing through the tape. They just sit there feeling, oh, he's good because of he led the team in tackles. Go back and watch the depths of where he was leading at. Watch how they attacked us. There's more and more tape out there. They're going to continue to attack the middle of the field.
It's he said that these guys played too hard and worked too hard for me to let this come away as a loss. He was asked how he felt. He's like, I don't feel great. He's like, but I feel better than I could have felt walking out of here. And I don't know. I mean, maybe, because to me the tie is a lot of times the worst of both worlds, because there's a lot of coming out of here tonight that's like, we didn't get this or that, but it could have been worse. And there's not like the repercussions for those things that you didn't do well enough. And there's not the jubilation or the reward for winning the game for doing the things you did well enough. And that to me is where I have a hard time feeling like the tie is ever the best option.
Man, yeah, I don't even know. Is there any way we can just move forward without ties?
Jerry said no. Jerry said we should not be eliminating ties. He said that he is fine with them in the regular season, said that's the way it's been, and he doesn't have an issue with it.
It's crazy how sometimes those ties do affect playoffs at the end.
They do.
Yeah. That half,
Well, and then even, for the draft pick with Green Bay, I mean, that might end up having an effect of where they end up picking.
Splits both your picks.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
There you go.
So now you've met in the middle on your picks. You're not pushing any pick higher than the other, so that's a positive right there. I don't know. I had an issue with the fourth down kicking the field goal.
You did?
Yeah. Because to me, it's there's been an entire offseason of compete, and then it felt like you settled. And I didn't like that. And I think that pretty routinely your defense has shown you cannot trust them. And I understand you want to do your best to put faith in them and to show them that you believe in them. But there has to reach a point where you just say, I don't believe in you. And in that instance, I don't believe in the defense. You weren't stopping them on 3 downs tonight. I don't know why you thought you were going to stop them if Green Bay was going to max it out at 4 on that final drive.
Yeah. What did you think overall with the offense, though? I mean, Dak was brilliant. George Pickens stepped up in a big
working
way.
over here.
It's one of Dak's best games that we've seen him play. And that's the frustrating thing about this. It feels like you should be coming out here talking about that being a signature victory for Dak. It feels like you should be walking out of there saying that's one of the building block victories for Schotty's culture and what he's trying to do. And instead you come out of it saying you tied, and that's just okay. So all of that's a frustrating reality. But I thought, Dak was great. I thought early on the tackles were terrifying me. As the game wore on, there were several instances I saw of, look, Guyton's holding firm there.
Yeah,
look, Steele's hanging on here.
Yeah.
Like they're doing a good enough job. They did a great job of minimizing what Micah Parsons' impact was. And so I think there was a lot to like about tonight and the way that they played. I thought Javonte Williams was really, really good. Kevontae Turpin, Jerry singled out Kevontae Turpin after the game as he just thought he had a fantastic game the way that he showed up. But it was a lot of the same things. It was some bad penalties. I hate that final touchdown in the fourth quarter. We got the same thing, which is the Kyer Elam, Donovan Wilson turn to each other like, what were you doing? What were you doing?
Yeah.
Every single touchdown that has been allowed this season has resulted in a hip turn to the other guy near them to go, there's very little accountability, it feels like, among the players in the secondary.
And Rolando McClain
I think it's
Front
really
office isn't going to do anything this
surprising
season
that the Cowboys, or that Brian Schottenheimer specifically, I guess, was willing to put his faith in that secondary to stop it again in overtime and kick that field goal.
I agree with you, too, because I'm a big believer in the condition of your team.
Mm-hmm.
The second half, you really didn't stop them.
No, you had a great run at the end of the first half.
No,
defense,
you did.
That was about it.
You were hopeful that you could carry, since the Leofow hit, you were hoping that maybe that would carry over. The team played better defensively. They got the pressure, they got the sack, they got the turnover and all that. And you were hoping that would carry over. It did not at all.
No.
And they already played 66 plays prior to that final drive.
That's just, I don't know. You've got, I understand you're limited in some ways with your personnel. I understand that they tried to make some changes to personnel and that there's trying to be some repercussions. That you also got to, I think, look at it and go, one of the things Matt Eberflus first told us when he got here was one of the things he's most learned since he left Dallas was you've got to be more flexible to fitting what you do to the players that you have, and that has not looked like the case at all yet. It looks very rigid in belief in one scheme and saying, I got to find the players to fit it. And right now, I mean, you got guys out there who have done this scheme before and should know it like the back of their hand, like Jack Sanborn, who don't look like they're out there helping very much.
No.
And so
played well to win the game. And remember, all week long, Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer was telling everybody who would listen he believed the Cowboys could win this game, even though they did not have CeeDee Lamb or Tyler Booker or so many other starters on their team. Now, one of the reasons it finished in a tie is because Dallas did give up 40 points in the game. And a big reason why, they struggled on third down. Green Bay was 10 of 14 on third downs in this game. That's 71% conversions. Hard to win games when you give up 71% of third downs to the opposing team when they have the ball on offense. After the game, Kenny Clark, the Cowboys star defensive tackle, who was traded to Dallas from Green Bay, spoke about the defensive struggles tonight and where this Cowboys defense can go from here.
Yeah, we gotta get stuff fixed on defense for sure. I mean, it's been like that all season, but I mean, just our process and how we fight. Like we playing some ball that way, but we got to get better.
No moral victories, right, Newey? We always say that. After the Eagles lost in week 1, no moral victories. But, they were a 7-point underdog at home, and they had a really good chance to win this game. And a tie does feel, I think, a little better than a loss for these Cowboys players after chatting with them in the locker room, Matt.
Hey, baby, they didn't lose. They did not lose. So we've got to take a shot of hopium from the fact they didn't lose. Pat, the Cowboys offense had to carry the load tonight, and that's without a CeeDee Lamb you talked about there, a Tyler Booker, a starter at right guard, Cooper Beebe, a starter at center there. And they scored on 7 of 10 drives. For the Dak Prescott haters out there, they can't say a thing tonight. 4 combined touchdowns, 319 yards in this one. They needed Dak to be the guy, and he was tonight.
and he was under complete and total control in these final moments, whether it was late in the fourth quarter or in that overtime drive. Yes, they did not get into the end zone in overtime, and that's something that Dak Prescott spoke about in his press conference, feeling disappointed and frustrated that they let the defense down by not scoring a touchdown in that drive in overtime, only having to settle for Brandon Aubrey's field goal. That would have put a lot more pressure on the Green Bay offense when they took their turn. The other player we need to point out tonight, how about George Pickens? I mean, what a game for George tonight. So many questions on his way into Dallas. Can he be a number one receiver? How is he going to blend with CeeDee Lamb? Well, no CeeDee Lamb tonight. No problem for George Pickens. There were moments he took the game over. That one catch late in the first half, double team down the sidelines, a great grab just behind me here at the 1 or 2 yard line that helped them take the lead at that point of the game. George Pickens with a huge game tonight. It was great to hear him talking about the confidence this success is creating with him as well, and how he's growing with Dak Prescott as well. A great performance, I thought, especially from the Cowboys offense in this game.
Cowboys offense had to score if they were going to win this game. Pickens, 8 catches, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns going into his free agent year. Here's Dak Prescott.
You don't play the game for ties. I've told y'all before, I don't care about the stats. I don't care about the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows. I just care about the end result and the win. And so when you don't get that, right now it's tough for me, guess 10 years in, the first tie I've been a part of, it's hard to kind of wrap my head around it because I know I'd feel a hell of a lot worse if it was a loss. But I'm not satisfied. Not that I would be if we won, but it's a weird feeling.
I know.
Look, everybody, when the schedule came out, had this as a loss. And the fact that the Cowboys tied, Pat, I think is a pretty good thing for them right now because they were so bad at Chicago last week. They looked like they had some fight tonight.
Yeah, no question about that. And especially with a team like the Jets coming up next week, the Packers are a lot better than the Jets. This could be a good sign of better things to come, especially after what we saw last week in Chicago. You're right about that.
All right, Pat, thank you.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey, let's get these phones going and get things moving and grooving in the best way possible. Appreciate each and every last one of you all. The Cowboys 1-2-1. So we'll see how the ramifications of the tied game going to affect us down the stretch, but we got to win from here on out. I got the 804. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Sleeper. Talk to me.
Yo. Good job, my man. You're doing good out there. I just wanted to give you the heads up. I don't know how to feel about this tie. I just think, like I said last week to you, Lord, that the linebackers are the heart of the defense.
Yeah.
That's why when you got great defenses, it's always a middle linebacker, always the Singletary to Ray Lewis. We need a linebacker, period. And we've been saying this for 10 years. I mean, ever since Sean Lee, they couldn't stay healthy, but he was good when he was there. But we need a linebacker, man. I don't know why they don't go pick up Gilmore and get rid of Elam, because Elam ain't doing anything. Gilmore could do what he doing. Yeah. I just don't understand the coaching sometimes. Even going for 2 points when you in the first half, going for 2, you'd have been up by 4 if you'd have made it, and they would have needed a field goal.
But then again, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Damn if you do. You down by, if you'd have missed it, you've been down by 5 points. But I just can't, I don't understand the logic. If you're a running team or a passing team, he got to figure out what kind of way he want to be. Because you get down there to the 3-4 yard line and you throw two passes. I just don't understand what's going on. And like you said, you had a chance to win the game 1 second, but I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know if to feel sad, happy. Just don't know. So we got to go out and go get us some linebackers, some defensive help, man, and not wait on Overshown because he's one player. We need more than one guy.
Yeah. We need to start proactively getting things going. Appreciate you for calling in. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
No doubt. I got the next caller, Soul Goddess from the 347. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's good, Nation? It's Soul Goddess. What's going on?
All is well. Can't complain.
Can't complain. I'm not complaining. I got a few constructive criticisms for tonight.
Okay.
I do feel I got like a couple points, and then I'm gonna get off. I like to be quick with it so other people can get a chance. My first thing, I love what we're doing on offense, and considering that we're going up with 2 essential people that don't really play, that are not our starters, I feel like we're doing pretty good. Dak is diagnosing and reading the field well. The only issue that I have is I love that we're sticking to the run. I felt we didn't do that enough last week. I felt like we abandoned it, and the run does set up the play action, as was shown very well tonight. So I feel like Dak should really focus more on Turpin and Pickens, because if you go back and watch the film, if Pickens is blocked, Turpin is open. Turpin's open the majority of the time, but he's usually always open, and that should be like his check down. Because every time you go to look for a check down for Turpin, he's always past the line of scrimmage. So for me, stop doing that short check down with Ferguson and look for Turpin. Those are your 2 best 1 and 2 to spam until CD get back. And I feel that we showed that tonight, and it was working. I think we should keep doing that. Number 2, the issues that I have with defense is the same issues I've always had. I don't want to see Sanborn in the middle of the field. I just don't. He doesn't have the side-to-side quickness. He might be able to diagnose it and might have the mentality, but let him coach. As far as I'm concerned, let him coach. Because he can't perform. He can't execute the way I need him. Them sacks you're talking about, a lot of them he got off of chips. Somebody else chipped the player first. They didn't go down, and then he was able to tackle them.
Yeah, you ain't lying. In closing, what else you have on your points?
The only other thing is I like Diggs showing that he's starting to get his feet back under him and his confidence, and Bland is showing the same thing. I just need Wanye and Bell in the backfield. Those are my deep safeties. God trying to bless us a little bit. We keep complaining and they getting hurt, and I don't like people getting hurt, but I do like them sitting a little. So Malik sit, Saunders is sitting. I need Sam Borden to sit, and I think we'll be okay. Our young people are showing that they're young and hungry, and they're going out there and getting the ball. Now, if they could just stop them deep runs, I think we'll be all right. Have a good one, nation.
Appreciate you. That Soul Goddess, man. Y'all be sure to check her out on all platforms. Soul Goddess, appreciate you. Let's see. I'm thinking. Hold on. Let's see what.
If Jake Ferguson keeps his block on Micah Parsons, or even makes him go a little bit wider, he never gets to Dak Prescott, and Dak probably walks in for the touchdown and they win the game. But if didn't happen, they did not get it done. Bottom line is now we can all move on, Pat. We don't have to keep talking about this anymore. Mike is in Green Bay. Cowboys are here, and they got to get ready to go face Carolina Panthers.
And it's the first time that the Cowboys have not lost to the Green Bay Packers in the stadium. How about that? They had never beaten them. They still haven't beaten them. But at the same time, they for once now have not lost to Green Bay here at Jerry World in Arlington. First time ever.
All right, so the Cowboys are 1-2-1. Pat, I know it's a late.
No doubt. All right, got the next caller on. Got from the 205 and then 210 and 215. 205, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Sleeper. Talk to me.
What's up, Law? How you doing, brother?
Doing great, man. I can't complain.
Let me tell the listening audience, my Cowboy brothers and sisters. Let me explain something to you. Jerry Jones was outside that locker room talking about how proud he was of his players. Listen to me. If you're not a good husband to your wife, then what the hell she needs you for? You can't be a half husband. You can't be 85%. You got to be 100% committed to your wife. This is what it is. You can't play games with her. You got to be a real man. This is what I'm talking about. So he's talking about how satisfied he is of a tie. Now I got to tell you, I might be who I am, but I'm also a little bit deranged, especially when I'm not thinking that clearly. Right. But I looked up there and I saw the game ended 40-40. Not 45-50, not 60-47, 40-40. This is what it is. Right. So let me tell y'all something. You cannot be satisfied.
Right.
Because if I got a long arm full of money, I'm not gonna buy a flat screen TV. I'm gonna spend it on my children. And now they on the interview talking about how they don't love their daddy. Why? Because in the interview they're telling you what's going on. You're not gonna invest in them. You're not around. That's when they hate you. Now I watched the tiger go down there, and the alligator ate him all the way up to the end. That alligator ate him and put him in his throat, and all the way up to the end, that tiger owned everything around him. Yeah. But that alligator, that creep showed him something different. In closing, Which do we want to be? Who do we want to be?
Right.
Do we want to be the guy that passed by or the guy that's on the porch? Huh? We'll be over there. We'll talk. We heard your mama. Okay, we're going to smoke something. What you going to be? That guy that's passing by or that guy that's screaming off the porch? I'm not satisfied with no goddamn tie. We didn't win.
Right.
And like you said, Law, we need it now, not tomorrow. Appreciate you.
Man, that's Uncle Charles, man. And I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all. Uncle Charles always delivered the truth, man.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight.
Everything gonna be
alright on any given Sunday, yeah. Depend on you.
If you win or lose,
you know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday, yeah.
That's my guy, Uncle Charles, always bringing in the great analogies, man. Old folks always give us some analogy. And I remember back in the day hearing the old folks say, either you're pregnant or you're not. You can't be a little bit pregnant. You can't be, hey, I'm a little bit pregnant. Either you're pregnant or you're not. And this tie goes down as, did you win or did you lose? Oh, well, we just tied, So it's a weird feeling right now. And the Cowboys, I just need for them to stamp their identity. We know what this defense is all about. We know we can't get home. We know that we can barely create pressure, and we know that our linebackers can't cover. Those are things that we do know. Offense, we need to get that offense going.
Touchdowns this evening. The Cowboys and Packers played to a 40-40 tie, but Pickens sure enough did his part. Now to Cleveland for the Rangers season finale. Jay Berger drops a soft.
Let me go back out of there. Get out of there. All right. That's enough of that. All right, let the next caller on from the 210 and then 215. 210, you in. Talk to me.
Hey, brother-in-law, Cowboy Nation. Hey, man, Uncle Charles was speaking facts, man. A couple of things, man. I ain't going to be on long. So I think, all of we have a lot of our skill players, man, that are suffering ACLs, MCLs, PCLs. It takes like 2 years, man, to really be right. And they're not right. They're not right at all. I know the couple callers back, he said we needed to maybe think about putting Bell in the middle, man. That's not a good idea, especially Bell weighs what I weigh, 210. And when you got these offensive guards coming downhill at 360, and you asking him to contain that, plus the backs about what Bell weighs, maybe a little heavier, that's a lot on him, man. The bottom line is these Cowboys need to go ahead and spend the money. Stop messing around. Go get you the 250-pound linebacker to make this thing right. And then the next thing, man, a lot of those guys that I know, like the Brad Shams and I know this is gonna sound racist, but at this point I don't care. The white reporters, they sit up here and say the dumbest BS, man, that you ever want to hear. And most of them have never really played the game, but they're afraid of losing their jobs. They're afraid of losing their jobs, afraid what Jerry Jones is going to say. Man, just keep it real. If it's garbage, then that's what it is. It's garbage. And that's what the defense is right now. It's just straight up garbage. And I think a lot of that, in my opinion, is contributing to the pressure up front, bro. You got to decide, man. Like when I sent the text earlier, you got to decide if I'm going to go ahead and let Nealon and the other guy that comes in with him, I think it's Sam Williams. Nealon and Fowler. If you go back and watch that game, when you watch it, them two really didn't give you the pressure, man. The pressure came off them other four: Houston, Clowney, Sam Williams. The pressure came from those guys, man. So you gotta, and I do get the politics, politics involved in it. But what are we trying to do, man? Are we trying to win or just play? Because to me, the defense hasn't caught up with the offense, even though the offense is not looking good as well. But they're doing a lot better. And last thing, in closing, like I mentioned earlier, you have to put Pickens. You can't keep Pickens on the X the whole game. If you look at a lot of stuff he was doing, he did a lot of stuff in the slot, a lot of stuff that CD would typically have. So I'm glad they were able to do that and recognize that, because he is your possession receiver.
Right.
And so, again, I don't know what the fixable thing is, but I do know you have to go sign some damn players, because what you're showing me, you got lucky tonight, because you ain't going to always be able to depend on that offense.
No doubt,
That's
man.
all I got, man.
Appreciate you for calling in. That's
okay, no problem.
That's Dr. Q. And
Well,
appreciate you. Thank you.
All right.
210. And maybe you can clear your name, Dr. Q, on what the reporter said. So because I don't want them to classify you. But I get the levels of frustration. The Cowboys, to me, just don't have a sense of urgency, right? And you're gonna always have your favorite, right? Like, and I get with Brad Sham. Brad Sham literally got fired for talking bad about Jerry Jones, and then they rekindled something, and then he got him back, and he have been saying everything on the up and up. Jobs are hard to be found out here, ladies and gentlemen. And y'all can look that up. Brad Sham got fired. But ever since then, he's like, okay, all right, Jerry, I know where the total line is. Yeah. I'm going to keep my job. You know, it's hard to find jobs around here, you know. So can you imagine Brad Sham going to like the Oilers or something like that during that time frame, or the Texans, and start doing their call and analysis? So it's difficult. Jerry Jones is a dictator. He wants the certain things to say a certain way. And if you don't fall into those guidelines and those bylaws and stuff like that, that's why it probably, unfortunately, y'all will probably never see Law Nation working for the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, while Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones exist, y'all probably would never see me there. And that's cool, because either I'm going to have to tone down my delivery, because I got proof that they say, hey, your delivery is just too edgy, you know. And I'm Mr. Optimistic guy. I'm nice guy. But there are things that I've said about the Jones and the Jones family that they look at it like, we don't want to lose our job over here. And I get all of that. So it's a real thing. So not everybody can govern their mouth, you know, but they don't allow free speeching over there on certain things, if you get what I'm saying. And that's just how it goes. I got Glenn out of Philly from the 215. You're live. Talk to me.
Yo, what up, Law?
Not much, bro. What you talking
Once again, can you do me a favor on that the stat sheet where you have solo tackles?
Yeah.
Sanborn, can you put slow tackles next to his name? Please do me that favor, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
Slow, okay?
Slow. I can't even say it. And I'm not beating them up, but we are. You got Sanborn and Kenneth Murray, you're being your two leading tacklers. It's because people would look at that and say, hey, these boys was everywhere. Yeah, because they targeted him.
Numbers live, bro. Numbers been live.
Yeah. That's your problems.
Couple of quick things before I get to my points. I won't be long, but Jason Garrett, I love the way he held Jerry Jones to the fire. He asked him the right questions tonight. Yeah. Jerry stumbling and bumbling, and then before he go, Jason, you didn't win it with us. We wanted you to win. I wanted you to win with us, and now that Jason was like, man, shut the hell up. What are you talking about? He talks so much. He's such a gaslighter. Yeah. Oh, I can't stand that. Oh, I can't stand him. But back to the game. You're absolutely right. If we show our identity, if we have an identity with the run game, and like the other caller said about having a fresh, I forgot who it was, about having fresh legs, Javonte Williams was a little tired. That's the difference of the Packers brought in Wilson when Jacobs was injured.
Right.
And Wilson came in. I don't even know who the hell Wilson. I thought Wilson was a volleyball on an island.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell is this Wilson guy? He just comes in and boom, boom, boom. They get rid of Dillon, and then now they got a Wilson.
Yeah.
So we out there, once again, malpractice, no fresh legs. But if you show your identity as a run team, you can have those wide open touchdowns for your tight end 2 and tight end 3 off of play action, because you're bringing a team in, you're bringing the line of scrimmage in tight. The defense is worrying about the run, and that's how you leak your tight ends out in the end zone. We have no creativity. I watched the red zone today. Damn near every team threw a touchdown to a tight end who was wide open in the end zone. And it was off of play action. But we do not have that in our playbook because we don't have that identity yet, and we're scared to use our tight end 2s and 3s. We also don't have the shuffle pass.
Right.
We're horrible at that. I saw that 1,000 times a day last night in college football.
Yeah.
I think NFL was watching college football last night.
Right.
But before I let you go, Maris Leofau, please go back and watch it. My man, he took about 3 to 4 steps before he hit dude. Maris he's not disciplined with his read. He's not disciplined with his tackling, trying to tackle the ball with the arm bar. And if he was fast as you're saying he was, that would have been more of a bang bang play, and they wouldn't have called the foul.
Are you sure about that? I think that crew is whistle happy. I think that crew overreacted, and he shouldn't have been flagged for that. But I get it. I mean, if we're gonna look at it from that aspect, I think that what we need to do is give him more playing time. I would take that play more over than whatever Sanborn and Murray been doing, because I know for sure the more he's out there, the better he can become. And I'm talking about Mears versus those boys. I think they didn't already peak their game. I'm talking about Murray and as well as Sanborn. They're not going to improve it in anything that they're going to do.
No, yeah, I agree. You can't have both of those guys out there at the same time. You have to have Maris in there, but you also, if Maris make a mistake, you got to call him on it. It was a bad play.
At the same time, let me ask you this. I seen Troy Polamalu, however you say that man's name. He do that play 1,000 times over. Not a single flag or whistle or any of those things. I think that the NFL got soft over a period of time. Go ahead.
You know why, Law?
Why?
Because when Troy did it, it was, like I said before, it was a bang-bang play. Troy got there. He made it clear that he was there. He read it, he snuffed it out, and he was there. When you go back and watch it, trust me, Maris took 3 steps at least.
And I want him to do it again and again, because this team need to have that type of tenacity. Y'all gonna be panning around and saying, all right, because you know what this team would do. And I've seen it with my natural eyes. This team would sit back and dog Maris Leofau for that. Bench him next week, and we will have more of the Kenneth Murrays and the Sanborn show, and it's going to be more of that S show again, because that's why they are not playing this kid. You got to give him more and more reps out there on the field so that he can alleviate some of all of these missed tackles, as well as slow to the point, and definitely in coverage. They should just keep that kid out there.
I agree. 2 things can be true.
He needs to be
out there. Yeah. He needs to be out there. That's 100% true. But that was an extremely late hit.
We'll see. Well, I'll break it down again. Appreciate you, Glenn, out of Philly. Most certainly. Because at some point, we would talk about the fact that Murray is pretty much a liability out there. Sanborn is a liability out there. Pick your struggles at this time. And we go into this game of what if. It's football. He didn't leave with the crown of his helmet, and he didn't leave his feet far as targeting. He made a play on the ball. If the guy was to absolutely scoop that ball and keep with the ball, then we'd be saying, oh, now he's slowing down. So you can't have it both ways, Cowboy Nation. I want my players to play fast. I want my players to play physical. And if the aficionado's going to be flag happy, let them be flag happy. But don't change that identity of that particular player, because so many times, and we would do this, as Cowboy fans, we will point at that one spot in the milk and pull the whole milk out because of that one little issue. and it's going to be continue to be the same way. We can't have aggressive guys. We can't have guys that shoot off the ball and get to the quarterback because they get pictured and labeled. No other team go through this, but we do. Man, all I can say is let that brother continue to play at the speed that he playing. And on another note, we change because of what people say. Schottenheimer no longer wears hat to the back. Why? Because of the pressure of the people saying, hey, he don't look professional. He don't look. Man, Schottenheimer, be yourself. Be yourself. And on top of that, what was the other thing that we were doing so well that people clamored and talked about and changed the whole identity of this team? Oh, the dink and dunk dak, the dink and dacking, all of this stuff. But when Tom Brady do it or when other players do it, oh, what a nice way to methodically move the ball down the field, the short passes, man, death of 1,000 cuts. But when we do it, it's a problem. I just saw the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that they won 13 or 18 games in a row. Sometimes your quarterback ain't going to throw for 300 yards, but they winning. Let that be the Cowboys. They'll be on everybody's page, everybody's timeline, dinking and dacking. Hey, can the quarterback win the game by himself? No. At the same time, we can't have it both ways. And you trying to tell me that this dude, as a guy with lack of playing time, that all of a sudden he's supposed to be able to calculate. He only had 9 snaps the previous game. He's supposed to calculate and say, I'm going to let this guy catch the ball, and I'm going to slow down and then proceed to tackle. No, I'm going full speed because at the end of the day, he could have scooped that ball up, and I'm delivering the blow. If he'd have let up and at that rate of speed, his knee snap or his leg goes inside, then what we're talking? We talking exactly how Overshawn got hurt on the sideline his first time he got hurt. Y'all remember that? Overshawn was everywhere. They were saying, hey, Overshawn may need to slow down on his approach and his aggressiveness. Well, you play football at full speed. Don't listen to nobody. Don't be slowing down for nobody. You slow down, you hurt yourself. I got from the 919, what's on your mind? You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's up, Law? This is Actual Factual.
Factual. Talk to me.
Yes, sir. I want to give some love. I think Hoffman and that backup guard, did a pretty good job. And I also like the fact that the way Javonte Williams is running that ball. I would love to see Blue. If Blue was in the game, if Blue was there, that energy, we got to give him a chance.
Right.
We got to give him a chance. Secondly, I agree with you totally. On number 35. He needs more playing time right now.
Right.
Instead of, I'd rather take his mistake.
Yeah, I'll take that 10 times over. But that's okay. I tell you what, Chanel, you're right. Stop making excuses. Don't play him then. Don't play him. Don't put him out there. Let's continue to go with Murray. Let's continue to go with Kenneth Murray and Sanborn, and we'll win that way because that's what's going to be on the clips of all of ESPN, 3-ladder to 4-ladder network. Cowboy players are undisciplined. Cowboy players, they got to play smarter from this particular aspect of it. And then all of a sudden, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, they say, you know what, that's right. Let's keep him at 6 snaps. Let's keep him at 9 reps. Instead of building upon the positive things that he was able to do, 9 times out of 10, they get fickle with their particular approach and they put the older guy out there and say, hey, we got to play the old guy. That's the same thing that we are seeing even with Jadon Blue. Let's not put Blue out there because we got a veteran guy, Sanders, because he know how to read, he know how to write, he know how to do all of those things, and he know how to keep the game uptight. And then all of a sudden, while about year 3, we'll put Jadon Blue out there and say, oh, you know what? We should have been playing Blue. Guess what? What, fam? Don't you know why I know what I'm talking about? Because they did the same thing to Tony Pollard. You know why they didn't want to put Tony Pollard out there? Oh, man, he can't read his alignments and assignments right. Let's continue to give the ball to Ezekiel Elliott. There was a game in 2000, I believe, in 19. I got good memory. They didn't put Tony Pollard out there at all, right? Until we got inside our 20. That was his first rep of the game. Guess what he did? Guess what he did? fumble the ball. And guess what people put the loss on? Tony Pollard. You can't do that. You got to be able to mix these guys in. But what Cowboy fans tend to do, a person make one mistake, oh, that was the reason why we lost. They could have kept giving it to Ezekiel Elliott at that particular time. The Cowboys listening to y'all weak-based argument, and they follow through all the time. No, you got to play your youth. Just come with the territory. Go ahead.
That's right. And I think if we would have played Javon Blue when we were down there, and you said that we needed to run all 4 times and use that power.
Right.
But I believe Javon Blue with that explosiveness and that quickness
Big
would have
facts.
scored. I
Big
also
facts.
want to say this, and I'm gone. Is there any kind of way that maybe Jerry and them could look at? I was watching the Ravens, and I know that they got 6 players on their defense that's out. Raekwon Smith, he had an injury today, but I don't think it's a serious one. Before the trade, go get him. Look into it.
Right.
What do you think about that?
Shoot,
Raekwon Smith. For the Ravens.
I don't. Here's the reason why they not gonna move off from him, because he's the identity of what they do. They're not gonna move off from identity pieces unless you throw something that they can't refuse. They can't refuse. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what about this? They done lost some games. They got 6 defensive players hurt, and by the time I think before the end of the trade, if they lose 1 or 2 more games, they might need to look in another direction. I mean, not look in another direction, but look at what the season looking like. Or do you think they want to just? I mean, I don't know. Is there another linebacker that we can get? Sanborn needs to be off the field, and Murray.
Well, according to the people that's in the chat, keep him there, because the other guy he hit people late, too late. You know what I'm saying? That is how it goes. Actual, factual. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Y'all can't have it both ways. Y'all not finna win that debate right there. You got to continue to play mirrors live foul. And on top of that, hell, if it was somebody else, that would have been a damn near touchdown. That would have been a damn near touchdown if you continue to leave people wide open like that and not pursuing and fighting to the ball. I've been saying from day one, play through the echoes of the whistle. You play through the echoes of the whistle. Regardless of it, you play with the aggressions. But if you continue to be timid in your approach, you will have these type of situations. 731, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me. Damn, that brother laid out. 731, wake yo. 616, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me. 616.
Yeah.
616, talk to me. Yellow. 616, you're live. Donnie from the 909, talk to me.
You hear me?
All right, now 616. All right, you're live. Talk to me.
Man, I'm not happy that Sanders is hurt, so I don't want to see anybody hurt. But I think that gives the opportunity to Blue to get in the game. 2, Leofold with his aggressiveness, I don't mind that. Like you said, play through the echoes of the whistle. Because, what if that wouldn't have came into the flag? I like his aggressiveness.
Right.
And 3, man, I think this team is a lot closer to 1 or 2 players away than what people tried to give us before.
And that's exactly what I'm getting at. Go ahead.
And I don't think that it would be smart or wise of an organization to waste these years of Dak Prescott. Look at the way the man is dealing. He looking better than I ever seen him look, more confident than I ever seen him look. And I think that we got the pieces. The George Pickens connection is looking great. I don't think we should waste this 1-year rental or whatever it might be with him either.
Big fact.
And I think there's a lot of teams out there with some pieces that we could go get that ain't doing too great. We got Cincinnati tomorrow, who probably about to lose again. I think maybe Trey Henderson might be worth it.
If you if the Bengals, when the Bengals play again, they play tomorrow night?
Yeah, they play tomorrow night.
30 million players in the 30s. That would be go ahead.
I do get that part. I get that he's a little older, and who knows what you would have to give up for him. I wouldn't give up a first rounder or anything like that for him, but
right.
I do believe we got to do something. We can't just let this year go to waste because that defense is terrible. We got to get some other pieces out there.
Yeah. We'll see, though.
But yes, that's all I want to say, though, man. I think Dak Prescott is playing lights out, and we got to maximize this year. We have to at least attempt.
Yeah. Appreciate you for calling in.
Yep.
How many late hits was on Dak Prescott today? And how many were called? I can go and pull up multitudes of late hits on the quarterback from game one all the way up into this game. I can guarantee you 10 plays at least that we can show and side by side of showing players that hit the quarterback late and not a single whistle is called. I can show you plays where where they hit low below the knees and no call at all. So we ain't finna go back and forth and talk about one little old play for Mears Learfowl that y'all trying to bury him because of that one little old play. But when we see the opposing teams that y'all know for sure that we can pull up tape and show you side by side how the aficionados swallowed whistles and beyond. I've been doing this for too many times. I can show y'all once again multitudes of plays of players on the Cowboys getting hit late and not a single flag, not a single whistle, not a single hat been thrown off. And y'all know I can go back and do that. I can just show that. I can show that to y'all, but I'm not finna waste my time doing that. Y'all know that that's a 50-50 judgment call straight from the aficionados. And on top of that, we even heard Brian Brothers earlier said, hey, that crew is calling things a little too tight. They didn't have to throw that flag. That crew is the one that did that. Matter of fact, it was a game last week. My guy got hit straight up late, not a single flag or whistle. So what are we talking about? Or holds. 251, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me. He sleep too? Boy, this is the best. This is the best sleeping crew. Look, Donnie, after you go, I got 731 and the 251. Both of them boys sleep. All right, Donnie, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's up, Law? How are you?
Doing great.
I've never talked to you after the postgame show, brother, so it's a pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
I usually talk to you during the day.
Oh, yeah.
But I agree with everything you're saying, Law. I was texting my brother, who's a Charger fan, and he wasn't too happy today. But
I know, right?
He doesn't know too much about the players that we have on our team, but I've been preaching to him all year that we need to make a youth movement as far as certain positions, linebacker and safety. And so when Wanye blocked the extra point,
right,
and then Marquise Bell picks it up, I text him right away. Those two players that made those plays, they need to be started. And then it was like a series later where the Cowboys kicked off. I don't know if it was a punt or a kickoff, but the Leopold just blew up the guy.
Right.
And I texted him. I said, see that guy that blew up the guy? He needs to be started.
Right.
The Cowboys, because your future linebackers are Leopold, Overshown, and James. That's your future.
Yeah.
Right there. Okay? It's so blatantly obvious that Jack Sanborn should not even be near the field.
Facts.
Matter of fact, he shouldn't suit up every game. He's too slow.
Yeah.
And the Packers attacked him today. You don't think that was on purpose? They attacked him today.
All they had to do on 4th and 6 is put their coverage team out there. You still had a timeout available to use. It's 4th and 6. It's a major down. 9 times out of 10, these boys are not finna run the ball on 4th and 6. Call the doggone timeout. Put your coverage team out there and stop that play. I don't know for the life of me of why we tend to trust Sanborn and Murray when both of their calling cards haven't been coverage. And they allowed that play to get on. It's just crazy to me. Crazy.
It just makes no sense. I remember last year Mike Zimmer was so high on Leopold. He said that he was one of the smartest players that he's ever coached. This is him as a rookie. Okay, that's how much he impressed them.
Right.
And I just don't get it, man. It's like you got to stop being stubborn, okay? And make a move, because this game showed it. If you're talking about watching film on Monday, tomorrow, this game is going to show how Jack Sanborn got exposed. Him and
Murray.
Murray.
Right.
Both of them.
In the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was proud of the Cowboys today, man. You know, people were saying they were going to get blown out, and you know, the thing about Micah and all this, and they played hard, man, and I don't know how I feel because I knew when we had a chance, I was hoping that we scored a touchdown in overtime because I knew that was our best chance to win the game. Because again, it's like you watching your defense and you sitting there and you just hoping and praying. Okay, we need to get a stop, but you hoping and praying. It's not the mindset of like, okay, we're gonna stop these boys. It's not like that. They're going to have to make a decision on what they need to do at linebacker. Now, like I said, I don't wish for anybody to get hurt, even for the other team. But maybe with our safety that hurt his toe that went out.
Hooker.
Maybe that was with Hooker. Maybe that was a blessing, Law. You know, maybe that was a blessing to get Wanye on the field.
Yeah, I think that the way this team is constructed is that in order for them to see the truth, unfortunately, is that you got to get hurt, right? you got to get hurt to get out of there. So unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? Like your players, your star-studded or your star-led star-studded player, they would never bench Donovan Wilson, right? Just off of just sheer allowing of what is allowed, right? Only way that you will see a different lineup in this situation if Donovan Wilson, Lord forbid, get hurt. And that's when we be like, hey, you know, that other safety is good now. And I think that that's the same way to a small degree. Murray, when he got hurt, just for that ounce of a second on the sideline, there was a situation that we were saying, okay, all right, good, because not to say that we applaud him for getting hurt, because I don't want it to come off that way. But what we are saying is that now that they can put the youth out there and get the must necessary reps that he's supposed to get, that's the only way, unfortunately, by the Cowboys standards.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Another thing, Houston needs more playing time.
Right.
He's our only pass rusher that can get pressure on the quarterback consistently. Yeah. I like the way Donovan as a Rocky. You watch his game from game to game to game to game. He's getting better.
Right.
And he's getting close. He had a good game today. So, yeah, the Cowboys need to make a decision, man. But I'm proud of my boys. The way they competed, and like the caller said before, we're not too far away, man. Help is on the way. We getting some guys. We're gonna get some guys back.
Right.
So. Yeah, this Cowboy Nation, just hang in there, man. That's all I got to say.
Appreciate you calling in, Chief. You have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right, that's Donnie. All right, last but not least, I got 562. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me. Hello, 562.
I just got to say, I think.
All right, hold on. My bad. I ran out of my minutes.
There are 4 participants in the conference.
40, I think, we felt the difference. We got this company. we scored on offense. I think our offense proved that we can score on anybody. But for the most part, I think the fact that we tied, I know everyone's talking about the mighty loss.
Your phone breaking up real bad. Go ahead. In closing.
For the most part, I think that we proved that our offense is dynamic without CD, and our defense is improving, even though we gave up 40. You know, I like the personnel changes. I like what Shotty's doing with the defense, but just want to hear your thoughts on it.
Good call from you, man. Appreciate you calling in. That's from the 562. All right, so interior play, I give the defense a C+. They were able to run the ball on us down the stretch, and I'm talking about gashing us. From a coverage from the linebackers position, I give us a D. From the coverage aspect from our safeties and our cornerbacks, I give them a D. I think that the reason why, if we can create pressure more up front with our edge rushers, which today I give my guy James Houston a passing grade of a C+, right at a B. But when we go back and comb through the tape, the way this team can really flip things around if they get better up front. We need to get home. We seen those things as if we can throw the quarterback off of his read, then maybe he can throw the ill-advised throw. But we need more pressure up front. We are not getting home. As a Raku, he put together some good plans, but it's still a growing thing for him. Maybe in November he'll be turning the current corner the right way. If I'm the Cowboys, my first deal this Monday would be on the phone, calling the Tennessee Titans and saying, okay, what can you want a second and a third for Jeffrey Simmons? I can give you a second round draft pick in a Mozzie, right? Now we are better inside. We moving on from a guy that we still trying to wait to see. And I know that there will be some people saying that, hey, Mozzie played okay today. I'm not looking for okay. I'm not looking for good. I'm not looking for average. I'm not even looking for above average. I'm looking for elite play. Why, Law? Because at the end of the day, the Eagles that's on the top of our division, how many games ahead do they have over us? 3 at least, 3.5. I'm trying to compete. I'm trying to win my division at all costs. So I say, screw those picks. I get rid of my second round draft pick and add a player in, and we move on. Spencer, no IQ says, Law, Phil Maffa, can he be available? Now, correct me, since the last 4 games. Yeah. When we was talking on the Cowboys collectives, what we talked about is that how far along is Maffa? Now, I think, and I could misquote. I'm not perfect. You know, I got my flaws. I could be misquoting. But, John, I don't know if we said this before on the pre, or I could have said it during. But charge it to my beard, not my heart. He said that Blue is ahead of Maffa. So, I don't know. So, if Blue is ahead of Maffa and Blue been a healthy scratch, even when Maffa get back in full tip-top shape or to be able to play, we may not see him either. And it could be that situation there, unfortunately. I hate to say that. All right, boy. Both of these boys sleep. Let's just listen to both of them. Who going to wake up first? I got 731 and the 251. Both of them sleep. Is he? Boy, it's crazy, boy. And they were the last 2 callers on there, man. I thought I could pick around and play with them. But appreciate each and every last one of the callers. People, thank those who called in. Thank those who wanted to call in but couldn't call in. The Cowboys in a tie. 40-40. 80 points out there on the field. It's crazy. I don't know. Maybe Blue just ain't ready to pick up the playbook yet. Maybe that's the case in the scenario. Maybe they're afraid of Blue missing the blocking assignment and he get the $60 million quarterback hurt and injured, right? We talked about this team from Schottenheimer's point of view, that in order for you to get out there on the field, you got to be consistent. I guess you can be consistently bad and be out there on the field. I don't know. Sanders is out. Who's going to be the backup? I think organically he's going to have to. If it's not Blue, and I'm being real, man, I like what Hunter did in this game, but they just threw him out there on 3rd and 12 or what have you, and it wasn't going to get the first down as a give-up play. Or it was 3rd and 15, something like that. Here's what I want to say, that if it's not Blue, that Malik Davis, boy, I know it's a teaspoon Costco sample size, but I've seen Malik Davis play in the real game before, and he don't have a lot of bad tape. Give Malik Davis a shot. Give him a shot. He may fall flat on his face. I don't know. What's your grade on Shotty after tonight? I got Shotty still at a 5.5. I thought I was going to raise it to a 6.5. If I did raise it to a 6.5, he stays at a 5.5. Schottenheimer, when he gets down into the red zone, money zone, stick to the identity. Run the ball. Yeah. Either you put Blue in or send a 4-4 5th round to Kamara. For Kamara. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm looking at the whole Saints roster lineup. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me see.
A Packers defense that shut down the Lions in week 1 and held them to 13
Give me
points.
1 second.
A Packers defense in week 2 that bottled up Jaden Daniels and pretty thoroughly beat the Washington Commanders and held them to 18 points. A Packers defense last week shutting out the Browns inside the final 5 minutes of the game. And then it was a Jordan Love interception and bad coaching and bad clock management once again from Matt LaFleur that let the Browns back in the game and ultimately cost them that game. And then tonight, you had allowed 25 yards of offense midway through the second quarter, and the Cowboys start that drive at their own 5, and they go 11 plays, 95 yards, all the way to pay dirt. And then, again, Matt LaFleur is somebody I've praised as being one of the best coaches in football.
No doubt, man. Good call from him. That's on 105.3 The Fan. I don't see no one really on the Saints that can save us outside of DeMario Davis. I think that he can be a good asset for us to try to lobby to go get. Pete Warner, he's more of a younger Sanborn. I just don't see anybody outside of like Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave. That'd be wild. That'd be so wild. Rashid Shaheed, I remember him. We don't want Brandon Cooks no more. He dropped off crazily. He dropped off. So I don't know, man. I'm looking at the roster lineup for that team. Until I, get tired of talking today, I guess we continue to stretch it out. Let me see him pull up the Ravens. That could be on a fire sale themselves because of their record, Let's see what they got. They're 1-2. I think it's still too soon for them to start selling off. They got too many pieces. Damn, they don't even have Derrick Henry out there. They got Justice Hill. What happened to Derrick Henry? But if we're looking at defensive only, maybe you get a Roquan Smith maybe you shoot your shot at that, but I doubt it that they would do anything of that nature. Wiggins, he's just as bad as what we've seen out there with our DBs. Humphreys, you don't want him. He's a podcaster right there, and he's a shell of himself. I don't know what we really would do. Law, what's the third-ranked overall defense? We scored 40 points on. Yeah, they were the third-ranked overall on defense. Whereas we can look back. Look, this is what I wanted to bring up. This is what I'm glad that you said that. Someone asked, where did we improve at on offense? I had a theory that last week we were to score 35 points last week. The only difference is between last week offense and this week offense are the turnovers. I want us to go back, look, and that's another thing that I really want us to do. If it's Hamilton or Roquan, I think we get Roquan beast mode, but Hamilton, they ain't gonna let go. That kid right there, woo, he's nice. The difference between this week and last week, only offensively speaking, was the quote unquote, and I wanted us to win so bad, baby. Y'all just don't know. I wanted us to win bad, man. That's why I'm mad, boy. I'm making still. Y'all just don't know. Y'all wasn't there. But let me pull this up right quick. Because they destroyed me. They talked bad about me. They were beating me up unnecessarily. And it was just because of my thoughts. Just because of my opinions. Let me see if I can find it.
He's a skinny fat.
Let me see if I can pull this up.
They were doubling on the outside, and that's going to be interesting. It's going to be telling because it might be stopper. This is a passing league.
Jeffrey Simmons, you're going to get older man
All
who
right.
still has a little bit left in the tank, who you're trying to, right now,
Right.
they are hoping for something far greater.
Let me see if I can find
go
it.
out there and go pick in and go grab somebody that can be that force multiplier.
This year?
This year? It's nobody this year.
Nobody.
No.
Oh, here we go.
Simmons is
Chris Jones.
I mean, he's up there.
Oh, you was first round picks.
I guarantee y'all this.
Michael Parsons said it's going to be close. That Packers defense, they're going to get 21 points.
Oh my gosh, man.
They couldn't get 21 against the Chicago defense.
Well,
you asked me for my score. You give your score.
He gonna go last. It's like he's gonna go last. I don't think this game.
Hold on. I want.
They will get 21 points.
Wait. I don't know where you get 3 times.
They will against that Packers defense. They're going to get 21 points.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna reclip all this.
21 against the
I'm staying up all night.
Well,
you asked me for
Hey,
my
boy,
score.
we done won that game.
He gonna go
boy.
last. It's like he's gonna go last.
But I'm still gonna repost this though.
I don't think this game is a close game. I think this game gets away from the Cowboys.
Go on and say it.
34-13.
34-14.
34-13.
Oh my God! Listen properly, baby.
Oh, y'all know I'm still holding on hope, man.
You're a Cowboy fan. This guy just said. You the Cowboy fan up here.
Hold on, pain is in it. That's what hope stands for. I got the Cowboys winning 30-28.
You got the Cowboys winning.
Yeah,
man.
30-28.
See that is
bad off. You been smoking weed before you came up here.
See.
I'm about to say, I don't know what's in that hookah. Hey,
You smoking hookah?
I'm high off of that Green Bay
You
pack.
snorting?
You know what I'm saying?
You snorting coke?
My supplies
You
in
doing
the building.
live?
I'm doing.
See how they talk bad about me?
Yeah. You got the Cowboys winning this game, and that's fine. Right. What is the pathway? The pathway.
Watch, listen to me.
Hear me out with this. I'm gonna try. Hear me out. Cowboys got destroyed by Chicago last week.
if you take away those 3 turnovers. Let's say, for example, and I know it's a game of if, and I know we all be drunk, we be high and all of this good stuff off of their own supply.
Okay.
First turnover, they gave Chicago Bears energy, right or wrong, right? Javonte Williams with that fumble. Strip.
It was deep in their territory.
Deep in their territory.
So you can stop them.
Chicago flipped it over.
It wasn't
right
a short field.
Let that man tell his story.
Yeah, let me tell my story. Those 3 turnovers, if the Cowboys score on those 3 drives, that's 21 points. That's 21 points they left on the field. Arguably, the one that they was down inside their own 1, all they had to do was run the ball. Javonte Williams was averaging 7.6 yards per tote. You put the ball in the belly of him, now the whole landscape of the game has changed.
Okay, which turnover happened when they was at the 1?
What happened?
Which turnover happened when it was at the 1?
Dak Prescott drops back and he throws the INT.
They wasn't at the 1.
It was right there at the they were close inside the 5.
No.
Come on, listen properly, y'all.
That was the one you talking about the second one?
The second one, yeah.
The game was over then.
I mean, you had 5 minutes.
You had 5 minutes left on the clock, man.
Had 5 minutes left.
What was the score with Green Bay? It
was 31-14 with 5 minutes left.
What was the score?
Tackler run 80 yards.
By the way, and I know, granted, the last time we played against Green Bay, we returned to the scene of the crime.
The last 6 times.
The last 6 times. So, hey, we do for one at this point. At the end of the day, or not. But at the end of the day, if you want to win this game, you got to get behind the pad levels and run the ball. I know that our offensive line is porous right now, but we got to run the ball in order to win this game. Take control of the game that way and get turnovers. Jordan Love is due for one.
You know how you get turnovers?
You
By affecting the quarterback.
By affecting the quarterback.
You don't have
or punching the ball out, just like they did Javonte Williams.
Or staying close to the receivers. That dream you got, boy. I don't know what. That's the Martin Luther King dream, man.
Somebody had to have it.
Somebody got to have it. These guys, we haven't even hit October yet, and we are already waving the white flag.
Yes. Hey, you're down your best weapon on offense,
right?
And you're down 2 starting offensive linemen.
Right. At the end of the day, you can't name
Did they go
in? Shout out to Glow. But at the end of the day, we got to understand you can't name me the offensive line for the Green Bay for the Bears, right? You can't name me them. And we thought for sure we was going to at least generate some pressure on that outside of Darnell White.
No, we didn't. Who thought they were going to generate pressure against Chicago?
I guarantee you the coach.
Who thought that?
I thought at least the left tackle. He was one giving up a lot.
Who thought they were going to generate pressure?
Somebody save me over here. Come on.
Yo, listen properly.
Come on, Cowboy Nation. Stand tall and not at all. Come on with it.
Listen, I'm going to need you to stop drinking before we come on this air. Okay, I need you to stop drinking, stop smoking. That opium.
It's hopium.
that Jerry Blue Kool-Aid.
I'm going to line it up. I'm against Jerry on a lot of things, but I'm just saying, I'm going to line them up. We're going to smoke it up. Come on, Cowboy Nation. 30-28.
They will get 30 points. They're going to give up 28 and give up 30 points. Hey, guys, appreciate you guys coming out. Appreciate you guys.
See how they tried to abuse me.
Jean-Jacques Taylor.
They talk really bad about me after that clip.
On air right now. I wasn't supposed to work tonight, so since I am working.
They did. Just like when you have a strong opinion, you got to be willing to walk out and step out and spit your strong opinion. You do. But I come here to tell y'all that the grand creator would take the foolish things of the world to confine the wise. Because people think that they know what they're talking about. And those that which is considered foolish becomes the world standard. Why? Because we have the ability to speak those things as if though they are not true. Appreciate you, Chanel. Appreciate you, David Woods. Appreciate you, Gut Bomber. Thank you, Calvin Nelson. I see my guy Show Me in the building. Boss Cowboys Sports. You don't have to be a zoologist to know that lion got teeth. You don't have to play in the National Football League to understand what's a catch or what's actually a touchdown, give or take, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to my guy, Boss Cowboy Sports. 10 toes down. Yes. I was rooted like a tree planted by the water. And they tried to boss me around, Boss Cowboy Sports. Even afterwards, there was multitudes of people that was there that was saying, hey, man, good luck on your team this week. But I know for what, I want y'all to win based off the way you stood tall. So sometimes when you speak in motivations and words, it's not just for you, it's for others. That energy is real. I need the Cowboys. I'm still going to be hard and critical with them. Just like last week, we threw an INT inside the red zone. By Dak Prescott, I don't give a dog because of the simple fact that either one person didn't run their route right or one person didn't run their route correctly and it was a pick. It was turned over. The Cowboys need to get rooted in and find out their identity. If we say we're going to be a physical, rough and rugged team, then be just that. I don't like that finesse stuff. No. That's why we lost. That's why we tied today. You run that ball in there. You reward the guy that's averaging 4.3 yards per toe, and his name is Javonte Williams. You run that ball in there. But that's a whole nother story of a whole different day. It is ugly, 1-2-1. But we got the first 4 games out the way, and these are the cards that was dealt to us. So now the Cowboys need to regroup, look into the mirror and say, okay, week 1, we win that game if we hold on to the ball. Week 2, we pull one out of the hat against the Giants. That was a real tough game. We pulled through. Damn it, that's a division game. That's family business. We played tough and rugged. Week 3, they look everybody in their eyes and say, hey, let's not turn this ball over. We win that game if we don't turn that ball over. Granted, the defense gave up 1,000 yards on the field, but we can still win if we do what we do best. No turnovers. We get inside our own 20, we score it. That should be the mindset. We score it. And today, they should all be looking at that tape and say, we win this game. If we punch it in right here, right here, right here. Cowboys literally could be 4-0 right now. But 1-2-1 is where we at. It's all taken under consideration that we're still a good football team. Here's the other side of it. Call me delusional. Call me insane. They either have to look at this and say, from a scheme-wise, what is sustainable, what is not. What's not sustainable is Sanborn out there on the field. I don't think he's going to get any better. What's not sustainable is Kenneth Murray in coverage. I don't think he's going to get any better in coverage. The youth, they make their mistakes. You live with them, but you coach them up tough. And you go back and you watch these things. Even if the flag is called on the late hit from Mears Lear foul. You pull him to the side and say, hey, keep that aggressions, but keep a level head next time. With Sam Williams, hey, man, 4 years in the league. We can't have you pulling on face masks. Let's get back to the rudiments of how to tackle. Keep in mind that there are 9 times out of 10, they're going to call it on you because you got the silver and blue and the star on the side of your helmet. We got to keep our aggressions. We got to keep our energy. We got to do those things. Unfortunately, we can't look for handouts. We can't look for calls that are not going to swing our way. We got to adopt the mindset that it's us versus the world. So when they talk tomorrow, we don't want no praises. We don't want nothing back from you all. The 3-ladder to 4-ladder network. Nah, stay on y'all side. Y'all said Green Bay was gonna run through us. Stay over there. Y'all said that Parsons is finna destroy us. Y'all stay over there. Cowboy Nation, if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdy and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you dream and scheme is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famish of fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, you, all of you all, will be able to get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Cowboys, we got a schedule ahead of us. We got the Jets, Carolina, Washington. Let me say this again. Let me pull it up on the screen. We got the Jets, Carolina, Washington. Skies can be blue through the month of October. Skies can be blue. Trees are green. Clouds are white. Can all happen if we take care of business. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.
Tell them run it all. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up, flex, thumb down that. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down that. Check. No drip.
Shout out to Below the Heavens, Murphy, Anderson, G Cowboys, Kelly, Freddie. Appreciate you, Millie Shaw. Appreciate you, and J Diz. J Diz.
Was savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on, I need 6 rings, baby. Let's get it.
I wake up.
Law. Nation. Shout out to you, Anderson, Pollard. Jessica, if we offended anyone tonight, charge it to my beard, not my heart. And it's good. Those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I
stretch.
Tell them run it. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play. You should
keep in mind these next 2 games going to be on the road. We got to play at New York, at Carolina, and then we come back home against Washington.
I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
Come on.
I wake up, flex.
Win, lose, or draw, we here, baby. Win, lose, or draw, I meant to say, not draw.
Might crash, might wreck, but